Hello friends! In this video you'll see how heavy actors of the TV series Star Trek The Next Generation 1987-1994 changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then and what's with them now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge, LeVar Burton, was a member of the crew of the USS Enterprise D, and, thanks to his skills, was able to take the position of starship engineer. He is non-confrontational, able to adapt well to different situations, and is a polyglot. Lieutenant Commander Data is the only android that have been on the crew of the USS Enterprise D. Despite not being able to experience human feelings, he sacrificed himself to save the crew's lives. Played by Brent Spiner. Dr. Wesley Crusher served aboard starships under Jean-Luc Picard. She is an experienced, qualified doctor who is able not only to quickly provide the necessary medical care, but also to create or improve drugs and vaccines. The role is played by Gates McFadden. Wesley Crusher is the natural and only son of Beverly. He is distinguished by seriousness, a high level of intelligence, and also has good intuition, but he couldn't normally contact his peers, able to quickly resolve dangerous situations. Played by Will Wheaton. Guinan, Whoopi Goldberg, worked as a bartender on the Enterprise D. She has wisdom, patience, and can give the right advice. Guinan likes to wear outfits of different colors and complement them with somewhat quirky hats to match the clothes. Has pierced ears. Captain Jean-Luc Picard has a Starfleet affiliation and has a team under his leadership with which he performs various missions. He is not prone to impulsiveness, but can also react quickly if something threatens his crew and ship. He was played by Patrick Stewart. Nurse Alyssa Ogawa, Patty Yasutake, serves on the USS Enterprise D and holds the rank of officer. She helps Wesley to perform medical procedures and provide emergency assistance. Alyssa knows how to keep secrets, has a romantic relationship with Andrew Powell. Commander William Riker, Jonathan Frakes, has been a loyal subordinate of Picard for a long time. He is able to cope with the temptation and help the team. Sometimes he can be impatient with new crew members. Riker knows how to cook well and likes to play poker. Lieutenant Worf is the only member of his race in Starfleet. He is distinguished by a proud nature, respects the traditions of his people, and is capable of revenge for a dear person. It has a strong and traumatic ridges located on the forehead, played by Michael Dorn. Lwaxana Troi was a wealthy woman and is also Diana's mother. She has a somewhat playful nature, dislikes being snubbed and tends to show off her authority. She dresses quite brightly and feminine, played by Majel Barrett, who died in 2008 of leukemia. Lieutenant Tasha Yar is on good terms with Worf and worked for the Enterprise D, where she dealt with security issues. She has a strong nature and, in case of difficulties, doesn't give up but becomes stronger. Played by Dennis Crosby. Chief Miles O'Brien serves in the Federation Starfleet and is capable of operating a transporter well, knows how to recognize his shortcomings and tries to work on himself. He is well versed in engineering and is able to think tactically. Played by Colm Meaney. Dr. Pulaski, Diana Mulder, is an employee of Picard's with extensive experience in healing, which she demonstrated in various situations, including during operations. Relates well to traditional methods of treatment. She keeps her word and inspires confidence. Unsought terrorist Denis Madalone was at the head of a rebel association of Russia, which sought to gain independence. In achieving his goals, he could use rather brutal tactics with the manifestation of violence and even murder, also capable of kidnapping. Alexander Rodchenko, Brian Bonsall, is the only child of Haller and Worf. He has a good intellect, is quite sincere, can show dexterity, and is ready to help. It may take longer for him to get used to a new place, and he also has a rather friendly personality. Keiko O'Brien is the wife of Miles O'Brien, with whom she has 2 children. She has a good mind, can find the right approach in teaching, and explain the necessary information in an accessible way. Keiko has a good-natured temper. She was played by Rosalind Chow. Gowron is a Klingon with excellent leadership qualities and knowledge of politics, may be skeptical of the abilities of other races' members. He has a menacing look and lush hair long below his shoulders. The role is performed by Robert O'Reilly. Q. John Delancey had a good relationship with Picard. He was endowed with divine power, which gave him the ability to take on various forms and perform the actions he desired, but didn't possess immortality. Q liked to test people by giving them temptations. Barclay, Dwight Schultz, is listed to Starfleet as a system specialist for starship diagnostics, felt more comfortable in the holodeck than in reality, and might not be doing a good job at the same time, was able to overcome his indecision. He is good with cats. Mr. Hom served Luoxana Troi. He has a rather patient nature and is not prone to squeamishness. Hom is not good in talkativeness. Mostly he communicates through sign language. He was played by Carol Struyken. Ensign Rolaren, Michelle Forbes, was part of the crew of the USS Enterprise D. She often doesn't let people near her, it's difficult for her to trust anyone, has a neat arch of her eyebrows and also has a mark between her eyebrows, characteristic of her race. Hellier, Susie Plaxton, served as an ambassador to the Federation and was briefly in a relationship with Worf, with whom she had a son. Sometimes she could show intemperance, had a strong nature, which she tried to suppress somewhat. She had a good sense of humor. Prime Minister Narok, James Crumble, is part of the Angoshian Senate and has sought to bring his people into the Federation. He can show some cynicism and doesn't like it when they get into the affairs of the government, has good posture and a slim build. Admiral Alina Nechayev had Jean-Luc Picard under her command. She preferred to be tougher on the opponents of the Federation and most importantly to maintain security. Dislikes when not following her orders. Has a blonde hair. She was played by Natalia Nogulich. Badr NDD is Antican and was chosen as one of the dispute resolution representatives to join the United Federation of Planets. It has dense vegetation both on the face and body, has a considerable physique and also has rather sharp fangs, played by Mark Alamo. Radu is one of the representatives of the Eladian race. He sincerely worries about his planet, but for the sake of its salvation, he is ready for rash acts. Radu can be persistent. Outwardly, it looks like a person. The role was performed by Jerry Harding. Commander Tomalak belongs to the Romulan race and often goes on combat missions with the team. He could outwardly demonstrate good nature, but in fact he hid dislike, tends to lie when necessary, played by Andreas Katsoulas, who died in 2006 of lung cancer. Transporter Technician Hubble, April Grace, headed the USS Enterprise D transport service. She's well versed in equipment and knows how transporters work. Hubble basically always prefers to keep her hair in a hairstyle and very rarely wears cosmetics. Commander Toreth Mirastael participates in various missions, including combat missions, and also commands the IRW starship Hazara. She can show cunning and has high professional skills, played by Carolyn Seymour. Counselor Deanna Troi, Marina Sirtis, worked closely with Picard and was also part of Starfleet. She is able to read emotions, feel the influence of the minds of others, and is also well versed in psychology. Troi has curly hair, which she fixes with a headband. Admiral Nakamura, Clyde Kusatsu, is the most senior member of the Federation and can occasionally make surprise checks of starships and give orders to commanders, but still spends most of his time at Starbase. Tends to take offense if his company is avoided. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.